The Blackjacks. And now to induct the Blackjacks is a man who, well, he's a Hall of Famer himself. And in his career, he's said a lot of good things about the Blackjacks, and I'm sure he'll come out here and say a few more right now. As a matter of fact, he'll probably take about 30 minutes to tell us he's a man of few words. He's my hero, Bobby the Brain Heenan!
Thank you. Boy, it feels like being home. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chicago. Before I go any further, I'm speaking. Good friend Larry Flint's here. I'd like to announce tonight something special for the WWE fans. Tomorrow at WrestleMania, underneath one chair tonight, there is a red envelope with 2 backstage passes for the dressing room area for tomorrow night. So take a look and see who's got the red envelope. Oh, by the way, this is April, isn't it? You can take the humanoid out of the business, but they're still here in Chicago. Well, it's my pleasure tonight to induct 2 of my closest and best friends I've ever had in this business. Lanza Mulligan, Lanza and Mulligan, the Blackjacks. And you know, they were quite a different tag team than anybody else I ever managed. And I managed some of the greats, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Andre the Giant, Haku. Ric Flair and I don't know what. Oh, yeah. And I've really had some great tag teams, but nothing like these 2 birds, I'm telling you right now. These 2 guys were the worst looking 2 you've ever seen. They had big cowboy hats, black hair, black mustaches, wore a bowling glove, had a vest, black pants. So one day I decided, hey, maybe I should slap on a cowboy hat, grow a mustache, and see what happens. And I got whistles all right. Well, I went out there, and I had longer hair than I do now. So was the guy going to the chair. But I had longer hair, and my mustache came in red. So now I've got a red mustache, I've got a long blonde hair under this cowboy hat, and I got cowboy boots on, and I'm walking like this. So every time Lanza and I and Mulligan would walk into someplace, like a hotel or restaurant, had it been this time in life, people would have said, there's the Cass from Breakback Mountain. Because that's what it looks like. And one of them really doesn't kiss that way. You want to know which one, isn't it? It's the one with the mustache. The other one, I don't know. I can't tell them apart either. And we always helped each other out of the ring. We always made sure we got back safe. Lanza in front, I was in the middle, Mulligan in the back. Mulligan played pro football. He played for the New York Jets. Well, some Jet fans and some Mulligan fans. And Mulligan was always to protect me when I came out of the ring. Well, one night, right here in Chicago, we wrestled every place. We wrestled Hammond Civic Center. We wrestled at Aragon Ballroom. We wrestled at Donovan's Hall. We wrestled at the IU Center, downtown, IU Pavilion, and we wrestled at the International Amphitheater. They threw so many chairs one night. When I got back to the dressing room, the commissioner came up to me. He said, "Were you hit over the head with a chair?" I said, "I've been hit so many times, the top of my head smells like ass." That's what it was like being protected by Lanza Mulligan, those two mangy coyotes. But they were fun to be with, and they were really close. We never argued. The three of us never had an argument. Those two never had an argument. We really got along great. And it's the first time I've seen Mulligan in 10 years, the first time I've seen Lanza for a year. So it's really good to see them again, and they're my buddies and my friends, and it's an honor, a real honor to be here in Chicago. Chicago is where wrestling started, back in the Dumont Network. And you can go to New York, LA, London, Japan, Canada, Mexico. I've been all the places. This is wrestling. Chicago is where wrestling started, and this is it right here. Well, I think it's time to meet these two busted up coyotes. Ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is, Lanza and Mulligan, the Blackjacks.
Thank you very much. You know, what an honor. The World Wrestling Federation, it's World Wrestling Entertainment, excuse me, but we've been around here a long time. And really started in Halsted Street and ended up in Rosemont. But this Hall of Fame in Chicago, the best sports towns in the entire world. You really deserve it, because it was always a pleasure coming here performing for you folks. The business has really changed over the years, but one thing that was really a constant was marriage and the business didn't really mix. It was hard. There's a lot of misunderstandings. The guy's on the road, comes back 3 days a week, the wife is home with the kids, doing a lot of things that it's really hard to do. But the one thing, you really had to work on it, and a lot of you out here I know have worked very, very hard at it, and it's very much appreciated from this end. It reminds me of a story. The centipede gets married, and he's on the road. Comes home late one night, gets up, goes in the shower. She says, "Be ready in 15 minutes." He says, "Fine." 15 minutes, "You ready yet?" "No." Okay, give him another 10 minutes. 10 minutes, "You ready yet?" "No." "Well, what the hell are you doing? You've been here 15 minutes. He said, "I'm putting on my shoes." Now, they can get dirtier. We were probably one of the biggest and meanest tag teams in the sport at the time. And we held probably every tag team championship there was in the country at the time. And we did it our way. We had a lot of fun, and we had the one secret weapon, Bobby Heenan. No, we're not going to tell that one.
No.
But the one thing that was really neat about Bobby, he was always there. It was fun to travel. It's like traveling with Leno, Carson, and Letterman every day with this guy. He was, he's probably one of the best, has to be the top manager in the history of our business. With the inception of the Hall of Fame a few years back, you look at all the big top names, and I see a lot of them here are going to be in there in the years to come. This guy has managed at least 95% of everyone that has ever gone through and got one of these.
Right.
Now, Bobby, he had a great philosophy. Here, let me tell you a couple of stories about Bobby. He's living at home with his grandma and his mother. Grandma's 85 years old. She weighs about 250 on the hoof. She's got a great appetite. Sits in a rocking chair. They go to bed. She's there. She's got scuffies on. You hear her all night long, keeping him awake. So he gets the bright idea. He goes down to the Salvation Army, gets a couple of roller skates, puts them on her, ties them up, sits in a chair, goes to bed. They got that solved. Now she's not getting up and scuffling anymore, but she's swearing, keeping him up all night. What am I doing with those?
Out there, Jack.
But it's been a hell of a run. We did the best we could every night. We had kind of a different system of warming up. We'd trade punches back in the dressing room, 5 or 6 punches, knock the hell out of each other, then go to the ring. Reason being that if we couldn't beat the hell out of each other, what are our opponents going to do to us? And it worked.
Without a doubt.
So one day we said, let's knock the hell out of Just a couple of some advice for the young guys out here and young people in the business. I think is very good advice. Look in the mirror in the morning, and you're such a unique person, no matter what your business is. There's no one like you in the whole world. Never color in the lines, go outside the lines, be creative as you can, no matter what you do. And the worst thing in the world is somebody tells you can't do something, because it's all bull. One more Bobby Heenan story, and Mully can take over. He's got a dog. It's a black doggy named Spot. So he tells Spot one day, he says, Spot, this will be your lucky day. You're going to get lucky tonight. He's got a friend who's got a female poodle. You're going to bring her over. You guys are going to have a great time, the best time you ever had in your life. The dog goes, so calls his friend, come over. So he gets Spot. He puts the pink hot pants on it, the T-shirt. He and Spot are in the window waiting for the female to come over. They get in, they get together. The female sniffs him. He sniffs the female. All of a sudden, the dog starts shaking, sits down and crapped his pants. That's it. Get rid of the dogs. I've had enough of that. Anyhow, that's Bobby Heenan. Bobby.
Wow. Oh, I promised to go quietly, but the hell with that. Woo! Get mama from the kitchen, baby. Get them nasty mouth kids up there. Last time you're going to see the Blackjacks. You wonder about what you're looking at, these old geezers. Your mom and daddy, check that, your granddaddy. It's what they used to do on Saturday mornings when there wasn't 150 channels. They was chasing me or Lanza. It could have been Bruno. It could have been Kowalski. It could have been Kanitsky. Every Saturday somewhere between the Roadrunner and the Cisco Kid was Lanza Mulligan. Every Saturday. Different days, different seasons. There was a lot of flamboyant teams in this business that probably had a lot of fun. But there was none tougher. There was no quarter given, no quarter asked. Joe Blanchard, you know I love you. Vern Gagne, you know I love you. Lanza and Heenan, thank you for letting this thing maturate into one of the biggest monsters ever turned loose on this business. Thank you very much. And I loved every... And I'll tell you what a bad day was, gentlemen. A bad day at the office, right here in the amphitheater, was looking up and Moose Cholak's on the other end, 8 foot from a chain. That's a bad day at the office. Pray for yourself. You need prayer. I can hear the bruiser and crusher crying out, sellout after sellout. Every now and then the good Lord looks down on something. He said, this is good. The dust was spread over us, stardust, from the first day. And I hate to give you guys some disillusions. We've been putting ass in seats for a long time, guys. Everywhere. It was so hot. Never before had they seen white hot heat like this before, and never since have they seen white hot heat so big that it just internal combusted from inside. It didn't last long. For a very brief period, WWE held the elusive butterfly in his hand and had to fly away. Lanza and Mulligan split. It was a sad day. We all went on to have individual careers, second to none. There was just too many cowboys in the corral, people calling every night, offering more money and more money. And sadly enough, it ended so quickly. When you hear about the good old days, you're looking at it. The sweet part of the bat, the groove, the American pie. If you ever try to figure out Don McLean's songs, the American pie, bye-bye. When Heenan and Lanza left for the coast, the music didn't play. Good night.